What did a teacher say that broke your heart? In 4th grade, we had this teacher, Ms. Tina. She was one of those teachers everyone thought was amazing, always bringing in cool stuff for science experiments, letting us have extra recess when we were good, that kind of thing. And I loved her. Like, genuinely thought she was the coolest person ever. I was always the artsy kid, constantly drawing and painting and stuff. Like, I wasn't particularly good at sports or super outgoing, but art was my thing. I would spend hours after school just drawing, and my parents had this special folder where they kept all my masterpieces, LOL. Anyway, we were doing this project where we had to draw what we wanted to be when we grew up. I was so excited because I knew exactly what I wanted to be. An artist. Specifically someone who designed book covers because I thought that was the coolest job ever. I worked really hard on my drawing. I remember staying in during recess to finish it because I wanted it to be perfect. I drew myself in this fancy studio with paintings all around and books with my covers on them. I was so proud of it. When Ms. Tina was walking around looking at everyone's work, she stopped at mine and just stared at it for a minute. I was literally bouncing in my seat waiting for her to say something nice because that's what she always did with the other kids. But instead, she kind of sighed and said, "Sweetie, you should probably pick something more realistic. Not everyone can be an artist. Some people just don't have that special talent. And that's okay." I remember just sitting there feeling like I'd been punched in the stomach. I wasn't even sad at first, just confused. Like, my brain couldn't process that my favorite teacher was basically telling me I had no talent. The worst part is she said it in this super gentle voice, like she was doing me a favor by saving me from disappointment later in life. And then she just moved on to the next kid and started gushing about their drawing of being a doctor. I didn't tell anyone about it at the time. I just went home and took all my drawings off my wall and put them in my closet. My mom noticed eventually and asked why. And I just made up some excuse about wanting to redecorate. For years after that, I stopped drawing completely. Like, if anyone asked me to draw something, I would say, "Oh, I'm not good at art," and laugh it off. I ended up going to college for something practical, even though I hated it. The thing that's messing me up now is that I found that drawing recently when helping my parents clean out their attic. And you know what? It wasn't bad at all for a 9-year-old, like obviously not professional level, but definitely showed promise and creativity. My therapist says that one comment probably altered the course of my entire life. I wonder sometimes what would have happened if she had just said, "That's great," or literally anything encouraging.